Well, I was visiting one of my patients today. As you well know, I run a home health care agency here in town, and she was very agitated over an article that came out in the paper. And after getting with my staff and my volunteers this morning, I decided to, let's talk about this. Let's put some of these rumors and lies to bed once and for all of the people of the town of Pahrump. If I may read something that I've prepared here, it's not that long.
Okay.
It's addressed to Mr. Carnes, who found it fitting to place an open letter in the paper right before the general election to call into question my party affiliation. Let me state once and for all, so Mr. Carnes can understand this in plain English. Yes, I am a registered Republican, and I have been my entire life. Do I have friends that are both Republicans and Democrats? Yes, I do, and I am honored to have their support, as well as I'm honored to have the support of nurses, doctors, lawyers, construction workers, casino workers, and community leaders. Politics is about bringing both sides together and working towards a common goal within the laws of the state of Nevada to do the people's work, all of the people's work, not just a select few. My comments on the defamation that is being placed all over town is mine to deal with Mr. Pollock, not with you, Mr. Carnes.
Is that the signs that you're talking about that says no incorporation?
Those are the signs. It is misleading. It's giving people the impression that incorporation is on the ballot, and it is not on the ballot. As for saying that Mr. Pollock is not part of your group, you have the right to keep saying that and to continue misrepresenting the public with your statements. By the way, Mr. Pollock does have his yes signs, which are to vote yes on county question number 2, all over the Nye County Republican Central Committee's office and around their property outside there. Mr. Pollock is tied to you, Mr. Carnes, and the NCRCC by way of the actions of many of your followers, Mr. Alberti, Mr. Greco, Mr. Marizio, and many others, and that on occasions that you say you control the NCRCC. You state I have not denied any of these defamation characters and comments made by Mr. Pollock, but I have, sir, to everyone that I talk to, and then they go and talk to people and so on. Let's not talk out of school of things that you don't know about, Mr. Carnes. Let's stick to the facts. As for your comments on me being for incorporation, yet once again, let me say it slow and in English so that you can understand what I am going to say and have always said about this issue. When I was a sitting town board member, I was asked by some people in the Pahrump Valley to help them have their voice heard at the ballot box on incorporation. I said I would help them. That is your job as a sitting town board official. As for myself, now listen real close, Mr. Carnes. Once and for all, I am not for or against incorporation of our town. I am for the people's right to have their voice heard at the ballot box on the issue. It has been almost 13 years before this issue has come up again. Since then, we've added some 20,000 residents to our community. I think they have a right, the same right to freedom of speech and their voice at the ballot box as your special interest groups. You asked me to go to the NCRCC website and read your platform, and I have. I think you need to go to the national and state platforms for the Republican Party and read them and see who the true Republicans really are. And that is not you and the carnies that follow you. I am sure, as well as the National Republican Committee, will be very interested and not very happy to see that you have now put in print telling good, upstanding Republicans to go away to another party. You also asked me why I do not have signs or handouts in the NCRCC office. That's because they are thrown away anytime anyone does not bow to your way of thinking on the issues. As for Mr. Pollock and his signs, as you well know, Deanna, you asked me about this question, and I stated before, when he had the sign on his own property, that is his free speech, as long as he does not make libelous or defamatory statements against me. But now he has not only committed a federal crime by hacking into a private account online, but he then changes statements from that illegal hacking to make defamatory statements about me and my honorable military service. I have, and I will always say, I served my country from 1972 to 1982 in the United States Army. I am a Vietnam-era veteran. Now, if he has a problem with that, then that's his to deal with. But that is the truth.
What's the hacking into a computer that you're talking about?
I'm sure you're familiar with the site LinkedIn. It's a networking site for professionals. I am a member of that site. Mr. Mr. Pollock and none of his associates are linked to me on there and cannot see my account. My lawyers are sitting as we speak with LinkedIn officials to find out how my account was hacked. And that is on his boards that he has around town, stating that he took from my LinkedIn account. And he did. He went in and he copied a portion out that has not been changed, and that's verified through the documentation I have with LinkedIn since I established my account many years ago. He went in there, and in the group of area of the organizations and such I belong to, under U.S. Army 1972-1982 Vietnam-era veteran, he removed the word era. And very crudely, if I may ask, I don't know who printed his signs, slid Vietnam and veteran together and is trying to make the people of Pahrump believe that I'm lying about my military service, which I have never done and would never do. Okay?
Are you looking to take legal action at this point?
I have already spoken with attorneys. I have one attorney already working for me, and I will be speaking to a second one. Mr. Pollock has violated not only federal laws by hacking into a private website that, he is not connected to me on, but he's, with these signs that he's placing all over town, and statements that he has made to the Nye County Sheriff's Department, that he is a political action committee. He is not a political action committee. He is not signed to be a political action committee. And therefore, he is not entitled to any of the rights under the NRS. What he is doing is acting like a political action committee, which violates multiple Nevada state statutes, and he'll have to answer that at the time. He has followed my volunteers all over town, intimidating them, screaming at them, sitting on their private property late at night. He even went to the Nye County Sheriff's Department, filed a false police report against my lead volunteer, stating that he had signs, his political signs, in his garage. Nye County Sheriff's Office came out. They looked all over the house, said, well, there ain't no signs here. I don't know what he's talking about. The only signs he had in his house were for myself, Judge Wanker, and for Louis DeCanio, which is his right to have. He supports those folks. So there'll be other charges that he'll have to, reply to at that time. It just is. It's. If Mr. Pollock wants to debate me one-on-one, I'm here to debate him one-on-one, face-to-face, anytime he wants. But I'm sorry, Mr. Pollock is a coward. He attacked my military service. He has attacked my wife, Marilyn, the former Marilyn Maddox, now Dolan. He has attacked my ex-wife, and he has attacked my children. And that I won't stand for. And that was in the papers right before the primary election in the Pahrump Valley Times, and I believe also in the Mirror. These unethical and these people have got to be told that you're not going to run around the town of Pahrump making all these accusations against people and spreading lies and rumors. It needs to stop, and the good people of the town of Pahrump, they see this and they understand this.